What I'm going to do right now is to make a soup with dehydrated food, just to show you how easy it is. And what you can do is you can actually get up in the morning, throw everything in your crock pot, go to work, and come home and dinner's ready. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to make a chicken vegetable soup. And what I have left over from last night was chicken left over from dinner. So I have 4 cups of water in there now. I'm going to put another 4 cups in. That's 8 cups of water in the crock pot. Then I'm going to dump in my leftover chicken. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is throw in a couple chicken bouillon cubes. Okay. And next what I'm going to do is take some rice. I'll probably use about a cup of rice on this. And this is what makes dehydrating so much fun, is that you can just put whatever you want in, and everything is all ready for you. So I'll throw a bay leaf in, and I'll throw in some tomatoes. This is what I have left over out of this jar. So I'll use what I have left over, and then I'll just refill the jar again and put it back on my shelf. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in my chicken noodle soup. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I'll take it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crunch it up with my fingers like this. Just drop that in there. A handful of mushrooms in it. That's all you need, not much more than that. If you overdo it, sometimes you think that there's just a little bit that you're putting in there, but it's dehydrated, so it's a lot smaller than what it is if it's hydrated. Then I'm going to throw in some corn. It's vacuum sealed, so some of these are a little tough to open. Alright, usually I just use my hand. That's enough for us. I'll put some peas in, and I'm going to do the same thing with the peas. I'm just going to use my hand. I'm using my gloves because I don't want the moisture to go back into my other food. So I would put those in there. Then I'm going to put some carrots in. You can hear the pop every time you reopen it because the oxygen pack pulls all the oxygen out of the jars, and it's almost like hermetically sealing them all over again and keeping everything really fresh. Okay, and then I'm going to put in some of my diced tomatoes. I can use the sliced tomatoes too, but this time I'm just going to use the cubed tomatoes. Oops. I'm going to add a little extra of that because I know that everybody likes extra potatoes in there. So. Okay. Now, you can do things like put in some spinach, some collards, anything you want. It's your recipe, and you can do whatever you want with it. So I'm going to throw a little spinach in there too. So I think that would be good. And celery, onions, and all kinds of things like that you can put in there too. Now, I'm going to put the lid on this, and I'm going to let that cook. So it's been about 4.5 hours now since we made the soup. And if you come over here and look at this, it's been in the crock pot for 4.5 hours, and you can see the carrots. I don't know if I can get these out for you, but can you see the carrots? They went from being little tiny pebbles right back into carrots again. So everything looks good. You can see the spinach in here. And so you can see the tomato in there. It turned right back into a tomato again. There's a mushroom. It turned right back into a mushroom again. And there's the rice that I put in with it. Okay, you can see that. So you can actually design your own soups. Put them in dehydrated packs. I'll get some over here. And there you go. You have dehydrated soup turned right back into soup. There you go. So the nice thing about this is that you can actually make food really quickly. You can get up in the morning, throw it all in your crock pot, and go to work and come home, and it's ready for you. You have dinner here. There's just so many different things that you can do. But my other videos that I'd like to do would be like, for example, fruits. There's a lot of fruits that I didn't do because there's a different way to do a lot of different ones of the fruit. And there's also some of the things you would puree, and then you would make it into like a fruit roll-up, and you would use that puree after it's dehydrated into your whatever you're preparing at that time. But for example, there's other things that thousands of other dishes that you can make, and so I'd like to do more videos on cooking different foods, desserts, breads, muffins, and so on and so forth. Once you start using dehydrated foods, I can guarantee you that you're going to love it and you're going to keep on doing it, and it makes life so much easier, and you'll save a ton of money. You can actually go to the farmer's market, buy things in bulk, come home, throw it on your dehydrator, and the rest all takes care of itself. Thank you.